But all right, I hit record. I'm so excited to chat. So what we're going to talk about tonight is just what is Emerald, why it's important, the importance of hitting it, and all that really fun stuff. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Then you don't have to see how dark I am right now. For those of you just hopping on for the recording, I am sitting in a Target parking lot. I have no shame in that. Okay, sitting in the Target parking lot because my kids were so crazy. My husband said, just go do it from somewhere else. And I was like, oh, well, let's go take Target's Wi-Fi. So I'm sorry if it's a little dark, but I'm here and we get to chat. Okay, so what we are going to chat through is, oh, by the way, I'm going to give all my credit to Larissa, who created this Canva, and let me use it. So now I didn't have to retype it. So these are her pretty things, but let me go ahead. The first thing I want to chat out, let me make this full screen so it's prettier. Never mind, it didn't do that. All right, so we're going to talk about what Emerald is, but first, here is the biggest thing that I want you guys to really understand, and that's that Emerald is a decision. Emerald is one of those things that it doesn't just happen to you. You have to make it happen, but you can actually make it happen when you just get it in your mind. And I know I started to share a little bit about myself. We're a 2020 elite team, a 5-star diamond team, and it was last fall that I knew that our team was so incredibly close to having the elite points we needed, to having the 5-star that we needed to lock in. I knew that we were so close. And so I made that decision months ahead of the deadline, right? I made that decision in my mind that we were going to go for it because we were there. We had the leaders, we had the people, we were ready for it. This was our time. And so in my mind, I just decided this is what we're going for. And I am not going to stop thinking about it, right? And I put it in my head. And you know what? Emerald is the same way. If you get it in your mind, my main goal in these next 24 hours or my main goal in the next 7 days, but give yourself a deadline that is less than 2 weeks. Okay, because Emerald is one of those things. You could do it literally when we get off this call tonight, but I'm going to cut you some slack and give you 2 weeks, but I think you can do it in 24 hours. If you get it in your head that, okay, I can do this. I will not stop until I make this happen. And when I start to doubt myself, I am immediately going to shut myself down and tell myself not to think that way. And that's what I had to do when we were shooting for every rank. But I specifically have that elite is fresh in my brain because I'd sit there in the morning and I'd plan out my day and I would start to be like, oh my gosh, we're not going to get there. We're not going to do it. We're not going to get it. And I would stop myself immediately and I'd say, nope. Whitney, you are not allowed to think anything negative until, and for me, it was November 27th, because I knew that that was the last day we could lock it in, right? So you get that plan in your mind, you get that date in your mind, whatever it is for you, and you tell yourself, like, girl, I'm going to sign up these 2 coaches. And so then every choice, every action, every decision that you make that day is going to be centered around this specific focus. And so that's why I say it's a decision. It's not just going to happen to you, but if you get it in your mind, oh my goodness, it can literally happen in a matter of an hour. So let's talk about why Emerald. Just hit me. One sec, guys. If you guys are on and you need, go ahead and mute yourself and I'll try to catch it if I need to, and unmute or throw in the chat if something you need to, I'm sorry, if you have a question. Okay, so why is Emerald important? And here are a couple main reasons why it's such a big deal. I do believe that it creates momentum in your business. You guys know if you've ever signed someone up, even with like a 2-week trial, you know, even if you're brand new and the first time you sign someone up, it just feels like the biggest win, right? And it gets you so pumped and excited. It creates this like killer momentum that gets you so ready to go. And so hitting Emerald is like the best, biggest first step for you, right? Like you're starting to see, oh my gosh, like people are invested enough and they trust me enough to join me like long term. Like if someone's going to sign up for coach status, it means they want to commit for a couple months or for a couple years, whether they want to work the business or just do it for the discount. We'll talk about that in a second. My lights, hold on. See, my spotlights went out. My car will ding for 5 seconds. Okay, the second thing is the public recognition that it gives. So what happens when you hit Emerald is that your upline does an awesome post. They get to shout it out. They share it in their stories. The whole team gets to blow you up. And number one, that's just really fun, right? But I think the second really awesome thing about being recognized publicly is that the people, your followers, your people on Facebook are going to see that you were tagged in this post, right? They're going to see, oh my gosh, like she said she was going to do this. Look at her starting to do it. That's so legit. You get to share the stories that your coach just put up about you and say, like, so proud of my team. And so your followers get to see, okay, this girl is actually growing the business. Maybe we should see what she's up to. Leads. Okay, the next two kind of go hand in hand. So what's really awesome about hitting Emerald is once you do that, you hit Success Club 5 or Success Club 10. So when you hit Success Club 5 as an Emerald coach, what Beachbody says is, okay, girl, we see that you are working the business because you have 2 coaches underneath you. We also see that you're working the business because you've hit SC5. And remember that signing up at least 3 new people every month. So Beachbody says, all right, you're signing up coaches, you're signing up customers or challengers or new coaches. So we're going to give you free leads. And basically what happens is people just go to beachbody.com or Team Beachbody and they grab something. They grab shakes, a challenge pack, beach bars. They'll just go grab something, but they don't sign up under a coach. So Beachbody takes those people that didn't sign up under a coach and they assign them a coach. So what you'll start to get that next month is that next month after you hit Success Club is you start to get free like names basically in your coach office that are connected to you. And when you hit Emerald and SC5, those leads, any future orders you get commission on. When you hit Success Club 10 and you're an Emerald or above, you actually get paid leads. So that person, if they ordered Shakeology, you'd get the $30 from their order. I had someone order a challenge pack, one of my leads the other day. And any future orders are connected to you and you get the chance to bring them into your challenge groups, that kind of thing. So that happens, but the company wants to see they care about your success components, but they also want to see that you're like building the business. Okay, so that's kind of 3 and 4, the 2 different leads. We can go into that another time, but I just wanted to know that those are a big deal. Those are at least $100 to $200, sometimes $300 a month, depending on if you get those paid leads, depending on the time of the year. In the spring, it is at least $200 a month extra you get in free leads. So again, people that I don't know that get assigned to me as a coach. Number 5, team cycle bonus. So once you hit Emerald, what that means is you start to bank. There's 2 kind of things. You start to bank volume from the team. And I'll say that team volume is a whole other ballgame. So I don't want to go too deep into it tonight because I realize that we could probably spend 30 minutes talking about it. For those on my team, I can tag you in a team on our team page. If you're not on my team, I can go ahead and send you a video where I explain team volume a little bit more. But basically what it's saying is our team, we work as a family. And so any coaches that you place under you, what happens when they are placed as a coach is that they start to earn points and then their coaches start to earn points anytime anyone sells something or signs someone up, and all those points roll up to you. The easiest way to explain it is you're basically getting a bonus off of the work that your coaches do. It's not a pyramid scheme. We cannot sign up 100 people and then sit by the beach and never do any work and still get team cycle bonus. You have to maintain certain ranks to get your team cycle bonus, but as an Emerald, you do start to earn that. And I'm going to show you what that income looks like in a little bit. When you're a brand new coach and you hit Emerald, it's going to take a little while for it to build, but eventually that income starts to grow. And I'm going to show you that in a little bit. And then number 6, another big reason why Emerald is important is because it shows you and the world that your business is like officially open. You're like, hello world, the sign is on the door. I am not just coaching to keep myself accountable. I am bringing others in. They are ready to do this with me. So those are some of the reasons why it's actually super important. Here is a really great visual. I'm so crazy visual. I should show you all the spazzy things all over my office. When I am shooting for a specific goal, I literally put this on a sticky note or a piece of paper and tape it right in front of my face. So what I would suggest is write this down in your notebook, tape it up where you work, get it on your book or whatever you're like looking at in the morning, on your mirror, because this is what Emerald looks like. There's you, you're already there. That's easy breezy. In order for you to stay active, you just got to keep that 50 PV. So just make sure you're selling at least $50 worth or ordering about $50 worth. And then you need 2 coaches underneath you. One has to be on the right leg and one has to be on the left leg. Shoot your upline a message if you're not sure how to make sure they fall. They do automatically fall right and left leg, but just double check when you're signing up a coach. Your upline can help you with that. Those two active coaches, they can be doing it to work the business just like we are, or they can be doing it just to enjoy the discount. The way that I hit Emerald is I actually hit Emerald with 3 people. I had my husband's aunt that wanted to drink shakes for a couple months. And so since she wanted to drink the shakes, we signed her up for the discount so she could enjoy the 25% off. Boom, she was my first coach. My second coach was my husband. We're gonna talk about that in a second because I wanted him to have a killer placement in my downline because I was all in with this business and ready to grow it. My third was actually another person who wanted it for the discount. And so I did. Once I understood Emerald, I was laser focused to make it happen and ended up signing 3 people in that first week. I got to move my spotlight that I have here. Okay. So what is Emerald? We're going to just keep breaking it down. Like, again, the more that you can practically see and visualize, I think the easier it's going to be for you. So we like to use this phrase, it's you plus 2. And here is the reality. Like, literally sit down and make this list. And it should just take a couple minutes. Write down these people. Write down people in these different categories. Like, who are one of my best friends that would just be like, girl, if you're doing something, I'm going to support you. You know, like, think about those girls, because maybe they'd be like, yeah, I'll drink shakes for a couple months if it helps you start your business. Yeah, girl, I'll jump in your challenge group and help you hype it up. Let's do this. Like, do you have friends like that? If so, write them down. Do you have those people in your life who you know would just like love the discount? And I will say, every single time someone is ready to order a challenge pack, I get them down. They say yes to the price, all that kind of jazz. We get down to that point where they're ready to sign. And I say, okay, I just need one more thing. And I give them what I call my discount coach script. And I will, I didn't put it in here. I'm trying to think of how to give it to you. I can put it on the team page when we get off the call tonight so that you guys have it. Every single time someone is ready to buy, I say, great, there are 2 ways I can sign you up. And I pitch the regular customer option or the coach option. And I say, just let me know and I'll send your email to you. And so they'll write back and say, oh yeah, I will take the discount. That sounds great. Or, hey, I'll just be a customer right now. But honestly, to me, I think it's easier to sign up discount coaches than it is to sign up working coaches. So I always offer that because that will help pad your rank. Beachbody does not care if they're working the business or not. They just has to be active. Okay, think about those people in your life who would be amazing accountability partners. Those people who, maybe it's like the moms that you see at preschool drop off, maybe it's your neighbors, maybe it is a sister or somebody like that. I know we're gonna talk about family members, but like those people that you're like, oh man, I would ask them, hey, let's get you signed up. We'll get us in a text thread and let's, like, the 3 of us really cheer each other on, like super close accountability partners, and let's go through this program together. But you want them to enjoy the discount and maybe they'll fall in love with it and want to coach as well. Or think about a spouse or family member. And I'm going to talk about the spouse in just a second. But I know for me personally, my family didn't jump in right from the beginning. Like, my sisters slowly started to jump in, but I knew right away that I needed my husband in my organization, and I'll tell you why. So just that reminder, my little PS at the bottom, everyone gets 25% off. So it is worth it for people to have the discount if they're wanting to if they want to continue ordering shakes, beach bars, whatever that is. Okay, here is an example of an income possibility. Now, this is a little bit higher than an Emerald, to be honest. This kind of shows the possibility, but here's what I want you to see, and I really want you to understand our comp plan really briefly so that you know why Emerald is so important. So retail right now, those are like when you sign up a customer for a challenge pack, that's where you get paid, right? The subscription commission, that line is like people who are reordering. Maybe it's someone who their bot is set to renew, so it just automatically renews. Those are where the subscriptions go. That team bonus right there. So here is what I actually didn't share before because we didn't go too deep into team bonus. As an Emerald coach, you make $14 anytime your team cycles through. 200 on one side, 100 on the other side. Remember, I said this is a whole other video, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. I feel like it's getting darker here too. Sorry, one moment. But I didn't mean to get distracted, guys. Sorry. Give me 2 seconds. Whatever. Look, you can tell I'm at Target. I love this video will be recorded for life. There's the Target in the background. So when you look at this number right here, this is the fact that there were so many coaches and customers grabbing their shakes that week, coaches signing up new customers, new coaches, then their coach sign someone up. All of that team volume rolls up to you as a leader because you're helping lead your team, right? And so every single Thursday, there will be a little section in this team bonus. And right now, this is actually, this is an income from a diamond coach. So it shows the cycling through at $18, $18 as a diamond, $16 as a ruby, $14 as an emerald. But look at how many times they got that $18 over the course of the week. Like it builds and builds and builds, right? So as an emerald, my first week as an emerald, I made $14. And then 3 weeks later, I made another 14. But then my coaches started to grow and they started to work and I started to add more coaches. And that slowly over time builds. And then just so you understand the comp plan, the matching bonus is when you hit diamond, you actually get 10% of your team's team bonus. So I'll use Becca, for example. Becca is one of my coaches. So because I'm her upline, I'm her diamond coach, above her, her star diamond coach. Anytime Becca gets a team bonus, I also get 10% of her team bonus because I also help lead, you know, like we all kind of work together. The fast start bonus is anytime someone signs up as a coach, you get that commission off their first order. Fast start plus bonus is anytime you sign up 5 coaches in 5 weeks, you actually get $100. So that's pretty cool, huh? So this, like, have you ever thought through how legit our comp plan is? Look at all the ways we can earn. So right now, as a non-emerald, you're earning the first 2 and potentially the fast start stuff, you know? But look at those team bonus and matching bonus. Do you guys notice that a couple years in, those are actually the biggest numbers? The idea here is building a team. You get to switch from just being so commission-based and you get to swap into the leadership stuff. And that's my favorite part about this business is doing the leadership side of the team. And it pays off because when you lead your team well, this is what the income can look like, which is pretty cool. Okay, why signing your spouse is important. If I can be super blunt and honest with you, which I always will be when we talk about coaching, I did not get this at the beginning. Okay, I waited 4 months before I signed up Paul because I was like, I am in this to make money. I don't want to spend money. And I didn't sign up directly under Dara, so I didn't fully understand what Emerald was. So it's not her fault. I just didn't have her in my life just yet. I signed up under another coach who canceled and I fell under Dara and then got to know her and now she's changed my entire life. But what I'd like for you to know is that I get it, okay? I didn't want to spend the money on him. I didn't fully understand why it was important. But it really is. And once I did, I was like, once I finally understood it, I literally signed him up that day because I realized how important it was to hit Emerald and have my spouse or a family member, like your mom, your boyfriend, your sister, your dad, somebody like that right away. And the reason is like I talked about team volume. And I really think that there's going to be a follow-up video I'm going to make sure I send to all of you because I think understanding team volume is just as important as understanding Emerald. Because when you realize that like right now, when we get off the call, log into your coach office and take a look at what your team volume is. Log into your coach office on the left-hand side on your computer, it says volume. Click on that and I want you to see what's available to you this week. If you just signed up, it may be 0. If you've been around a couple months, you may see that what's available to you. So just think when you're in Emerald, all of that becomes your own volume. So I definitely want you to take a look. Now you can imagine that you're like looking at your volume and you're like, whoa, I already have volume and I've only been coaching for 3 weeks. Think about your husband. I'm going to say husband, for example, but know that I mean your mom, a family member, whoever. So my husband's name is Paul. Once I signed up Paul also started to bank the team volume from all the coaches I was placing in my downline. And remember I said we're just a big family. So if Paul's here and I start to place more coaches. Ooh, I'm all of a sudden echoed really big. If I start to place more coaches, not under him, but under myself, they all roll up to each other as a family. So what happened is that Paul started to bank all that volume, right? So right now he has thousands, actually like over 100,000 volume points. And Paul makes $200 to $300 a week, not because he's working the business. No, I basically refer to that as like one of my other business centers. But 4 years in, I have built my downline. all the things that my coaches are doing are rolling up to his account, and I am building his account to where he can cycle through and make that team cycle bonus. So it not only helped my rank, it helped me hit Emerald. I also used Paul to help me hit Diamond. So once one of my coaches hit Emerald, I put two of my discount coaches under Paul. He hit Emerald, which means I hit Diamond, which means more income, helps the big team, all those kind of things. I am able to double dip my income because anything that goes under Paul then goes up to me for volume. So we're getting the commission from Paul. I'm also getting team volume from Paul. Controlled Business Center. The idea is like, if I'm worried about my rank, I know that I can use that account to help build it. Like right now, I'm trying to get Paul to diamond status so that he can help us hit 6 or 7 star, like whatever level. We've got some girls working towards stuff. And it's just a really smart financial decision, and it's approved by Beachbody. All of the successful coaches in the company have their spouse or family member at the very tip top. And the idea is like, why not maximize the income? I have both of them are going into the same bank account. It is just worth it. All right, inviting. So here is the biggest thing. I encouraged you a few minutes ago to make your list, right? Make your list of people who your ride or die, the people in your life. Think about all of your current challengers. Maybe if you have people that are already drinking shakes that you want to offer the coach discount to, whatever that looks like. Here are some things that I want you to think about, okay? The first thing is I know you're going to be like, this freaks me out, Whitney, to invite someone to the coaching opportunity. So there's 2 things, right? You're thinking, this freaks me out. If you pitch the discount coach option, it is not, you're basically saying, do you want to save money on future orders? If not, fine, great. Let's be a killer customer. You guys are not going to be pissed at you. There's really no reason, like, oh, thanks, but I'm good. Like, I have never had someone say, this was so rude. Why did you ask me to save money? You know, they either say yes or no. So when it comes to people that you're signing up as challengers, offering the discount, they're not going to feel bad, right? Now, what we didn't really talk about is bringing on those people who want to work the business. Do not shy away from that in the beginning. Do not shy away from that. If you already have a challenge group or you already have people, I want you to go ask them, would you want to run this business with me? You guys, think about your best friends from college. Think about your sister. Think about your aunt. Think about your neighbor, whoever that is that you're like, oh my goodness, if we did this together, this would be such a blast. We could run challenge groups together, meet for coffee and talk about things. I will say 2 of my closest friends who were not my close friends at the time are local, Becca and Kelly. And it is a blast. It's a blast to run this business with them because they're local. Ashley's local too. And we get to meet up and we get to talk about things and dream about things and do things together and plan local events together. It's such a freaking blast to do it with like people that you love. So whether they're local or not, like throw it out there to them. I always invite to coaching by saying, okay, this may be crazy, but I've been thinking about you and here's why. And then give a sentence or 2, not about you and why coaching's so amazing for you. Tell them why you think they would be amazing. For me, it's usually me saying like, I know what an encourager you are and you crack me up in your posts. You give such real life. It's so easy to connect with you, but yet you're so positive. You're vulnerable and positive at the same time. I just think that you doing this alongside me, that we would have such an amazing blast. You would make such an impact. Have you ever thought about coaching and making an impact this way or something like that? You know, but I always make it about them as opposed to like, you're on my dream team. Like nobody wants to hear that. They want to hear how it matters to them. So get out there and invite them. And here's some little things to think about. How are you invited? And why did you join? Like, why did you say yes to your coach? What did she say to you? Like maybe scroll back and find that message and think, oh my gosh, I said yes. So why don't I use that same wording? Okay, that's one idea. What excited you about joining? Like, why did you say yes? What gripped you in? Because the things that grip you, you're going to be so crazy passionate about sharing. You know, there are things that come so natural for me to talk about, like stuff like this, because I believe in the importance of rank. So it's so easy for me to talk about. If you freaking love coaching, whether you've been doing it for 1 day or 1 year, then get out there and invite your people, you know? And then think about it. Okay, what package did you sign up with? Maybe you're like, Whitney, I don't know anything about anything. How in the world could I sign someone up? think about what you loved about your package and go ask someone the same thing. It's like, can be so simple. It can be so, so simple. But the phrase down here says go for no. And I think that this is something we have to learn as coaches early on. We are gonna get no's. You guys, 4.5 years into this business, you better believe when I woke up today, my inbox in Instagram was full of no's. It was full of ghosting, where people just didn't respond to what I sent them yesterday. And it was full of women saying, thanks so much, you're such an encouragement, I'm not interested right now. Okay, that's fine. Did I take it personal? No, because what I got to do was let them know what I have available if and when they ever need it. And I don't know about you, but like 6 years ago, I didn't need Beachbody. I was fine. 4 years ago, you better believe this changed my entire life because I was ready for it. Right. And so I was so glad that someone else asked me, because the people that had asked me before stopped asking. And so I will say, like, you getting in touch with people, you guys communicating with people, it's a total game changer. I'm going to get us off share screen real quick. You guys still there? I hit a really weird button and now you're gone. I literally lost everybody. If you guys are there, I'm very sorry. My screen is completely black. No idea what just happened. Let me check. And we're back. Sorry. You guys are like, you're the biggest nerd in the entire world. Sorry. You know what happened is my phone hit a button that turned everything black. So we're good. But okay. See, you don't have to know all the things to grow your business. You can be a total hot mess. Hopefully I'm living proof of that. But my biggest encouragement tonight is like, don't let fear stop you from getting those messages out there. Don't let anything stop you from that, and get your laser focus. Like, if you can put it in your head, okay, I'm going to do this. Like, what's today? Tuesday. I'm going to do this by next Wednesday at midnight. You guys, you would roll into September an Emerald Coach. You'd get your leads because you're going to hit SC5 this month because you're going to sign up at least 2 people. So that's 4 points. So you just need 1 more. Like, the potential to start building and rolling with that is so incredibly exciting. And then what you get to do is start impacting people on an even deeper level because they're way more invested when they jump in for that. So my action set for you tonight is to make your list, right? Make your list of people who you know you can talk to. Write out your discount coach script. I hate using the word script, but it's kind of my best wording right now. You guys know what I mean. But that phrase or that little thing that you're going to tell people, and I'll send you mine. And I'll put it on the team page as soon as we get off the call. So check Heart Hustle Muscle. Maybe when I post the recording, I'll put it right in there. And then what I'd like for you to do is set your date. And then I want you to think through, okay, how many invites am I going to send out right now? And the question I always ask myself before I send out those invites, and I ask people, is, what do I love about coaching? And I answer it for myself. It gets me so excited. And then I just jump in people's inboxes and I invite like crazy, because if I'm excited, they're going to feel my excitement and my confidence. And it doesn't matter if I know what I'm doing or I know what I'm talking about, because my excitement and my confidence, they're going to be like, all right, tell me more. And guess what, girls? If you're completely clueless of what to do next, that's where you shoot your upline a message and say, oh my gosh, she's kind of interested. What the heck do I do right now? And you get to ask them for your help. And that's why we're here. And if you need help, get in my inbox and say, oh my gosh, she said yes. What the crap do I do right now? That's what we're here for. And so I fully believe in you. It's so possible. I'm actually going to make sure I take a picture of all your names right now, because I want to see you do it. Okay. I have to get my thing off so I don't blind you. That's what I'm doing first. Okay.
Tara, turn your video on so we can see a picture of you.
I know. I should get a pretty smiley picture.
Turn the cameras on. Yeah.
Turn your camera. Yay. Look at all the pretty faces.
It's so dark because I'm at soccer practice.
It's okay. It's okay.
Tara, look at me in the Target parking lot. Okay. I'm going to take a happy picture. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Girls, I know that this was a blasted few minutes of information. I'm sure you're like, you're a psycho. How do you organize your life? But what I would love to hear is like just a show of hands, because I know we only have a couple more minutes. Raise your hand if you're like, okay, I get this and I'm going to go for it in the next week. And it's okay if you're not there yet. I'm just curious. I love it. I love it. Okay. So for those that aren't ready yet, I want you to drop a question in the chat or unmute yourself. We've got about like 6 more minutes before it's going to cut us off. Drop your question in the chat if you have any questions, because I want to make sure that like you fully understand things, because I would hate for you to get off and be like, that girl just psycho talked to me from the Target parking lot and I don't know what she was talking about. Because I would love to be able to answer. Sound good? So I'll give us a couple minutes, or you can unmute yourself because we do have a couple minutes. I obviously didn't need this. I'm nice and hype and sweaty and all that jazz without it.
I will just say that you mentioned really that you signed your husband up, and that was super important. If you don't have your husband, I don't have a husband, I'm single. I signed my mom up, and it was like the first person I signed up, because one of my goals is to retire her, right? And to also get her health really in order. So she drinks Shakeology every day, gets 25% discount, and I get to build her account to Diamond. So yeah.
I love that. I love that. I love that, you guys. Like, I have a heart for doing that for my sisters, like so much. Like, I want them in my downline, because you guys, 4.5 years in, like, I want to be able to be like, hey, I'm going to let this go to your bank account. Like, as I start to build, I want to gift this to you. Like, I think that's so cool. Think about your mom, your dad, your brother, whoever that is. Okay, let me read Sarah's. Sarah, are you Katie's new coach? Yes, it's so nice to see your face. So fun. Okay, let me read your question.
Sorry, I was trying to find the unmute button, but I found it.
Okay, I started to share this a little bit in the beginning. I was so nervous in the beginning to sign up coaches because I didn't know what the crap I was doing, and I didn't even know if I loved coaching, but I knew I loved challenge groups, so I signed people that way. And I remember Dara, after a couple months, once I connected with her, she was like, why aren't you asking to coaching? And I'm like, because I don't know if I fully believe in it yet. And so what I would ask yourself, I think that on day one, you can bring on coaches. I really do. And I'm not just saying that because I'm 4 years in, it's because I learned the hard way. When Katie, I'll use Katie for example, Katie joined me just a couple months in. Katie and Becca and I learned this business together, right? Maybe I was a hair ahead of them, but we all jumped into Dara's trainings together, right? And I encouraged them because I was their mentor, but they also encouraged me. We ran that strength movement team page together. Like, we didn't separate, we did it together. And you know what? I learned from them, they learned from me. And so really, day one, you can bring people in. And here's the beauty of it, especially for you, Sarah, and really for all of you. My training is an open book. Any of you are welcome to my new coach training. But like Sarah, you literally can be like, all right, here's Whit's new coach training, or here's Katie's new coach training. Like, here you go through this and let's talk it out. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel and create all your own things, because Katie has a killer challenge group you pop people in. Our team page has killer trainings you pop your people into. And so that is my honest answer. And again, a month in, I would have been like, no, I need to make sure I'm the perfect leader and the perfect mentor. And I'll say very clearly, what made me a great leader and mentor was going through it with those girls and like leading as I go and learning to lead in the moment, as opposed to thinking I had to like read all the books and have everything all figured out. And I think it made me a better leader because we were like in the moment together, but because I was a hair ahead of them, they were looking to me. And so it held me really accountable to really understand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Any other questions? Anything, Kira or Katie, that you guys would want to add that I maybe missed or went through too fast?
I would just say your training is great. It's efficient, it's effective. I know when I went through a training like this for the first time, I was left with so many like what ifs. Oh, but what if like Teen Cycle bonus and this and that? But like, don't worry about that right now. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll figure that out later. Don't worry about that right now, because you can just get your Emerald and it will naturally, just consider this like on the job training, right? That's the best way I can explain it. So don't get overwhelmed with all the information, because I've been a coach for 3.5 years, and you see I'm on this call. I learn new stuff every single day. Just don't get analysis paralysis, right?
Yes, that is the best advice. That is the best advice, because you're going to be like, oh, wait, now I have to go watch all these videos and rewatch what's recording. No, will you trust me? And I think that's the hardest thing. Like, okay, I just met you 30 minutes ago and we already see you're crazy. Like, trust us when we say, please, like, go for it all in. You're going to be so glad you did when you're sitting in your car at the Target parking lot 4.5 years later. You'll be so, so glad you did. I promise you. Oh, okay. Kelly, who's your upline? But I'll make sure you get added in there. Is that your full name, Kelly? Like, is that what your Facebook name is? Okay.
Yeah, my upline is Bliss. We're like all under Alicia.
Laratonda?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I'll make sure you get on the Heart Hustle Muscle page and on my page if you want it to. Perfect.
Okay, thanks.
I'll shoot you a Facebook afterwards to make sure I have the right Facebook name. So I'll find you on there. Perfect. Because Kelly's under me, and then Alicia's under Kelly, and then you. So we'll get you in there.
Thank you.
Fine. All right, girls, this is going to cut us off in a minute. So it was awesome. My Facebook is Whitney Baker Atkinson. If you have questions, seriously, that's what I'm here for. Happy to help. And I'm so excited to celebrate all your wins next Thursday. Deal?